ඇතුළු සහභාගී වන සියලු දෙනාම ඉතාම ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව පිළිගනු ලබනවා. ඒ වගේම ශ්‍රී ලංකා බෞද්ධ පාලි විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ පුස්තකාලාධිකාරී මනෝරේ සමරුකෝන් මහත්මිය ඇතුළු සියලු දෙනාම ඉතාම ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව පිළිගනු ලබනවා. න්‍යාය පත්‍රයට අනුව පළමුවෙන්ම තිබෙන්නේ ගාථා සජ්ජායනයේ සියලු දෙනාටම ගෞරවයෙන් ආරාධනා කරනවා. ගාථා සජ්ජායනය. රබත නික්ඛමත යුඤ්ජත බුද්ධ ශාසනේ යුනාත මච්චුනෝ සේරං අලාගාරං වකුඤ්ජරෝ යෝ ඉමස්මින් ධම්ම විනයේ අප්පමත්තෝ විහෙස්සති පහය ජාති සංසාරං දුක්ඛසන්තං කරේසති. බොහොම ස්තුතියි. මිලංගට න්‍යාය පත්‍රයට අනුව තිබෙන නොපෙමෙනී දැනුම් දීමට අද දවසේ පවත්වනු ලබන මේ පරිශ්‍රණ සැසිය සඳහා සහභාගී වීමට නොහැකි බව සංස්කෘත අධ්‍යනාංශයේ සේවෙන් යුතු ආචාර්ය මාවතගම් ප්‍රේමානන්ද පඬිත හාමුදුරුවෝ දැනුම් දුන්නා. ඒ වගේම කතිකාචාර්ය කෝංකන්දවල විමල ධම්ම ගෞරවනීය හාමුදුරුවෝ දැනුම් දුන්නා. ඊට අමතරව පාලි අධ්‍යනාංශයේ අංශාධිපති ආචාර්ය කොටියාගල උපරත්තන හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ දැනුම් දුන්න අද දවසේ සහභාගී වීමට නොහැකි බව. ඊළඟට තිබෙන්නේ අපේ පරීක්ෂණ ඉතාම වැදගත් කාර්යභාරය පරීක්ෂණ පත්‍රිකාව ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමට තිබෙන්නේ. අද දවසේ පරීක්ෂණ පත්‍රිකාව ඉදිරිපත් කරනු ලබන්නේ ඉන්දීසි කුසලතා සංවර්ධන ඉගැන්වීම් අධ්‍යනාංශයේ අංශාධිපති ජ්‍යෙෂ්ඨ කතිකාචාර්ය ආචාර්ය ස්වර්ණානන්ද ගමගේ මහත්මයා විසින් මේ මාසයට නියමිත පරීක්ෂණ පත්‍රිකා ඉදිරිපත් කිරීමේ අධ්‍යනාංශයට තිබුණේ. අපි මතක් කරපු සැනින් අපේ ඉල්ලීම බාර අරගෙන මේ කටයුත්ත සිද්ධ කිරීමට එතුමා බාරගත්තයි පිළිබඳව අපේ දැනුවත් කරා. අපේ පරීක්ෂණ සැසියේ කෘතඥතාවය එතුමාට පිරිනමනවා. අපි සම්ප්‍රදායන් කුලව මේ වැඩසටහන ආරම්භ කිරීමට මත්තෙන් පරීක්ෂණ පත්‍රිකාව ඉදිරිපත් කරන සම්ප්‍රදායික පිළිබඳව අපි කරනු ලබන අධ්‍යාපනික හැඳින්වීම සිදු කරනු ලැබීමට මම ගෞරවයෙන් යුතුව ආරාධනා කරනවා. ශ්‍රී ලංකා බෞද්ධ පාලි විශ්වවිද්‍යාලයේ භාෂා පීඨේ පීඨාධිපති මහාචාර්ය ලිනගල ශ්‍රීනිවාස ගෞරවනීය පඬිත හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේට අද දවසේ අපේ සම්ප්‍රදායකයාණන් හඳුන්වා දෙන හැටියට
University of Pali postgraduate diploma English language Buddhist and Pali University from 2019 and senior lecturer grade 2 from 2013 to 2019. He has worked as a lecturer in English language teaching unit from 2008 to 2013. He has worked as the instructor English language teaching unit from 2001 to 2007. Trained teacher of English Ministry of Education, Swarnananda, 1989 to 2001. He has worked as a visiting lecturer, MA in English Literature, conducted by Department of English, Faculty of Postgraduate Studies and External Examination, Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka, from 2019 up to now. B.Ed degree program, Master of Education, Theories in Education, Lincoln University College. BA degree program, English, Sinek Campus, Malapi, Sri Lanka, from 2016. Trained teacher of English, Ministry of Education. And he has done postgraduate supervisions as follows. Examiner, Master of Philosophy, University of California. Supervisor, Master of Arts, BPU. This topic was a study based on the early Buddhism. Supervisor, Master of Arts, BPU, the influence of healing and reconciliating power of Oriental drama on European drama. Supervisor of the presentation, Master of Philosophy, BPU, an analytical study of the factors influencing English speaking proficiency of the English medium, prospective teachers. He has given his contribution to the syllabus designing and material development, compulsory English certificate course, advanced certificate courses, and also diploma in English certificate course, English language proficiency, BA English degree program, Sinek Campus, Prachina Pandit degree program, the Oriental Studies of Sri Lanka, literary theories, BA degree program, Lincoln University. He has held many administrative positions, co-controlling chief examiner, board of examiners, general certificate of education, Ministry of Education, from 2012 up to now. Chief examiner, board of examiners, general English, Ministry of Education, from 2003 to 2011. Head of the English language teaching unit from 2008 to 2011, again 2014 to 2015, and present he is bearing the head of the Department of English Teaching Language. There are many appointments related to him. I don't like to read all these things. His research interest is teaching English literature, evolution of drama and theater, English language teaching. He has participated in many international and national seminars presenting his research papers. Second International Research Conference on Humanities and Social Sciences, University of Jayawardenepura, Sri Lanka. He has presented a paper on role of non-biological mothers. And also he has presented a paper in 15th Annual Research Symposium of the Faculty of Graduate Studies, University of California. Another presentation is 4th International Conference on Humanities and Social Sciences, University of Ruhuna, on tuition teachers and English language teaching and exploration of English language tuition classes. There are many more presentations in seminars and other conferences. He has got few publications. One is Discourse Analysis, Sarasavi publication. Another one is the Indispensable Literary Terms and Techniques, Lanka Printers. Introduction to Tennessee Williams, I think. Tennessee Williams. The Glass Menagerie, Lanka Printers. Introduction to a Midsummer Night's Dream, and so on. He has published his research papers on in index journals. There are 7 publications, and also there are 7 publications in peer-reviewed journals. And he has bared some posts related to the editorial section, editor, Journal of Language Studies, biannual peer-reviewed refereed journal by Faculty of Language Studies, BPU, editor, Journal of Language Studies, co-editor, research papers presented at the International Conference on Religious Tolerance and Harmony, co-editor, Delft Reader, co-editor, Delft Reader 2019 and 2018. So he's a very good resource person to many workshops and other academic works. Appreciating his academic contribution, I would like to invite him to present his research paper. Dr. Swarnananda Gamage, over to you. Thank you very much.
Good morning. Dear Deans and dear Chair and all the reverences that are present and all the lecturers, senior lecturers and professors, very good morning to you all. We are just experiencing a little bit of a technical fault, and that is the main reason for the delay. But still, though the technology fails, people do not fail. In the 37 dramas, then Henry IV is another good example. That's one of the historical plays of Shakespeare. We find taverns, inns in the drama. Then Macbeth, you find various sort of even witches are there, right? Non-realistic characters he brought to make them so realistic. Through non-realistic characters, what he spoke was realistic themes, right? That's the interesting point. Then right. So dealt with universal themes. This is the other reason why he's ever living up to now, right? Now, love is the commonest theme in literature, whether we like it or not, right? He dealt with love in various aspects. For example, if you take Midsummer Night's Dream, romantic love and love and jealousy, and going beyond that, and he speaks about non-biological motherly love. So what we find Grusha in Bertolt Brecht's Occasion Choke Circle, that concept was touched by Shakespeare in Midsummer Night's Dream through Titania's character in Midsummer Night's Dream. She protects an Indian boy, not her race, not her religion, not her nationality, but still she loves a small boy like her own, right? So that is an interesting point of non-biological motherly love. That is, to be a mother, you don't need to deliver a child. By mother can be used as a verb. By mothering a child, you can be a mother. So that is one of the concepts developed by Shakespeare, not by Bertolt Brecht. Then jealousy. People say that when there's no jealousy, there's no love. But whatever it is, excessive jealousy and other things are discussed in Othello, Midsummer Night's Dream like dramas. And ambition, that is ambition with regard to over-ambition. The tragic flow of Macbeth is that he took a shortcut to success, right? He took a shortcut to success. One of the most important sayings in English language is that there's no shortcut to success. Only one way, you have to take that way. If you take a shortcut, one day you have to suffer. That is one of the most realistic things in the world, right? So that is also proven by Shakespeare over and over again, right? Then greed for power, that is, if there's no power struggle, if there are no issue of power, there's no history. Even professors of archaeology, at one point he told me that if there are no conspiracies, right? History is supposed to be conspiracies, right? Backbiting, backstabbing, all those things are there in history. If there's nothing as such, there's no history. Then getting back to his characters have become, and the other thing is the social realities. Most of his characters are still living. Now, for example, what I'm saying here in the second point is that the lovers are, male lovers are still represented by Romeo in our culture too. right? Female lovers are represented by Juliet, right? Some maybe the evil characters are represented by witches, right? That is, of course, Shakespeare's Macbeth, witches that have come to the scene. Then now this Portia is a character that you find in The Merchant of Venice. She is a representation of brain and beauty, right? Brain and beauty both. Then Miranda is found in Tempest. She is a representation of naive nature of women. Naive means inexperienced characters, right? Okay. Then environment means again sexual jealousy. Then Richard the Third line character, that is the drama, historical play he has produced. That's a super play. I got a chance to read it quite recently and I wrote it, right? Then one of the best plays of Shakespeare is Richard the Third. That is one of the main historical plays. Then there it shows how ambitious people are, and whenever you are aiming for a person, Richard the Third wants to be the king. So he kills everybody on the way, right? Almost more than 16 people he kills to be the king. But he can be king only for maybe 1 year because he took a shortcut to success, right? There are no shortcut to success. And then Falstaff is another character that you find in Henry IV. This is a character that provides comic relief, right? The play is so serious, the comedy is added by this character, right? He breaks the scene. That is, in other words, alienation effect later in full form introduced by Bertolt Brecht. That was introduced by Shakespeare before that. Then this is some famous quotes. Sometimes we think that some of the quotes of Shakespeare, we think that these are English sayings. These are not English sayings. These are what Shakespeare has written in his dramas, right? The to be or not to be is the question. So this is one of the most famous quotations of Shakespeare, which shows the internal struggle of a man. That is, Hamlet says, right? The course of true love never did run smooth. Megatamai, right? Then in all the world is a stage, all that men and women merely plays, they have their exits and their entrances, and one man is his time plays many parts. This is very famous saying of Shakespeare. Like, original now I am an academic year. When I go out of the gate, I'll be a friend. Then when I go home, I am a husband. I am a father. Right? We are playing many roles in our life. Right? How many roles we do not know some. Right? I am a customer. Right? When you are on the bus, pedestrian, like whoever it is, right? If you drive something, you are a driver. Then so many roles we place in the world, right? In our life. So but there are entrances and exits. Right? Very famous quote from As You Like It. Right? Then cowards, Julius Caesar, cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant ever taste of death but once. Right? Right? The valiant never taste of death but once. Right? The love is blind from this is Shakespeare's quoted in Merchant of Venice. Love is blind. One of the most famous sayings of in English language. All that glitters is not gold. Right? One is gold, the other one is bronze, like that, silver and bronze, right? Then neither a borrower nor a lender be, for loan of both itself and friend. Neither the even Mudalas, make a translation. Right? This is what Shakespeare said in Hamlet. Right? Then love all trust you wrong to none. This is all is well that ends well, right? The play. Then there are so many beautiful quotations I have included in my other presentations when I discuss with my students introduction to Shakespeare. But I thought that we do not have that sort of time and we have limited time, so I confined myself into this. Then now we come to the topic, right? The tragedies and comedies introduced by Greek dramatists in 6th century BC, right? Made right? And the Roman dramatists right? Now, I personally strongly believe that this literary renaissance and renaissance are simultaneous, right? And Lord Buddha's birth time, lifetime. Now, according to Wikipedia, two assumptions are there. Lifetime, Wikipedia. The second one is the correct one. By the time Lord Buddha was preaching Dhamma in 7th century, Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides were producing dramas in Greece, that is in Athens, right? Simultaneously developed, right? For the first time, they introduced the drama to the world, right? They produced great tragedies, classic tragedies. Still, people are studying them. And if you take Oedipus, that is one of the modern tragedies in the world, still, right? That was 6th century BC. When King Devanapidis was ruling in this country, when the arrival of Mahinda, the Roman dramas were there, right? Actually, they were the development or extensions of Greek dramas. Then Aeschylus, Sophocles, and Euripides were producing in Greece. Then mainly Seneca was producing plays in Rome, right? Most of the plays that he produced are adaptations of Greek tragedies, right? Then Shakespeare produced 10 tragedies, 17 comedies, and 10 histories. That is what makes 37 plays, right? These are his 37 plays. I hope that you would be able to read it, right? All the tragedies and all the comedies and all the histories are there, right? The first one was started in 1591, 1595. Midsummer Night's Dream was introduced. In the year Midsummer Night's Dream was that is produced. There are 3 dramas, right? But Queen Elizabeth dies in 1603. He hasn't produced any dramas in 1603, maybe due to the shock that Queen has come to watch his drama. Actually, Shakespeare was well supported by royalty, right? Royalty in it is said that in the Globe Theatre there was a special place for Queen to come. Queen is in there, Queen comes. And but the great thing of Shakespeare is that Shakespeare always showed in his plays the difficulty of maintaining power and cruelty that leaders commit when they are maintaining power, right? So they had the patience to see this. Weaknesses right? Then when she dies, King James comes into power. From there, Jacobean period begins, right? Before that, Elizabethan period begins. But all the periods are taken as Elizabethan in most of the sources, right? Then last drama is supposed to be Tempest. That is one of the masterpieces of Tempest. In Tempest, Shakespeare discusses colonization, right? Which actually took place in after 200-300 years. He has foreseen what was going to happen by the time that he was living, right? So there are very interesting characters in Tempest. You take Caliban, for example. Caliban is you and me, right? Caliban represents all the South Asian people, African people, and these tribal people in America, right? So he was not given a shape. He said that it is bad smelling. D.H. Lawrence Sri Lanka Papo smelling. Right? In my colonial point of view, right? So we have to understand. I am also a product of colonial point of colonial influence. Itama Krishna Katolal Sapatu Dani, colonization in the Sapatu Dani, Miss Color Shaidani, absurd. Namut, right? What is colonial is beauty, right? So that is one of the tragedies, right? Okay. Then moving on to that, Shakespeare tragedy, right? And downwards you find Aristotle, that is Greek tragedy. Shakespeare, the specialty of Shakespeare is that the Greek tragedy, which was introduced by Sophocles, Euripides, and Aeschylus, right? That was learned by Shakespeare. Why do I say that? The majority of people in the world know Shakespeare's tragedy, not Aeschylus or Sophocles' tragedy, but he has taken all the good elements of this great tragedy and produced his own tragedy. Right? Then here, tragedy is, in simple terms, sad ending. Sad ending for the protagonists. Pradhana chariteta dukkita avasanayam tragedy. Right? Then Merchant of Venice, central character is Shylock. Right? Shylock, Merchant of Venice is a tragedy. But it is not regarded as a tragedy, it is regarded as comedy because Antonio, Bassanio, and Portia, they are supposed to be the main characters. For those characters, it's a comedy. That is happy ending. Right? But Shylock is one of the most unfortunate characters that you find in Shakespeare. He was forced to change his religion. Jewish right? Right? That was the punishment given to Shylock for asking for a pound of flesh. Right? Shylock is a common character asking Shylock. Right? Shylock has come into reality. Shylock had all the reasons to ask for a pound of flesh when you analyze it. Right? Because of the ill treatment given by the Christians at that time, there's kind of animosity developed through him. He was quite there that asking for a pound of flesh close to the heart of that Christian merchant. Right? The merchant of Venice is not Shylock, that is Antonio. Right? Then as far as Aristotle's tragedy is concerned, right? So this is very interesting. This is the definition he gives in poetics, right? Then tragedy is an imitation of action. That is, drama is supposed to be imitation of action. That is primary reading, right? Primary definition, right? Then it should be serious. Aristotle says tragedy should be serious. Aristotle, of course, took Oedipus as a model tragedy, right? Looking at Oedipus, he defined this. Then it should be serious. Magnitude is sizable. It should be sizable and complete. And appropriate and pleasurable language. Language should be pleasurable. Tragedy, language should be pleasurable, not narrative. And it should be dramatic because it's by all means drama. Then incidents arousing pity and fear, which is called catharsis later, right? So once you watch a tragedy, it is said that you must develop these two feelings, right? Okay. What do you mean by these two feelings, right? So here, okay, we'll come to that two feelings. Before that, now that was Aristotle's tragedy. This is Shakespeare's, right? That is not much difference, right? Then tragedy is a downfall of a hero, right? Hero should be a person better than we are, a man of high standing. හැමතිස්සෙම අපිට වඩා උසස් කෙනෙක් වෙන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම කෙනෙක් වැටුණාම තමයි අපිට දැනෙන්නේ. හිඟන්න වැටුණාට දැනෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන එක තමයි their ideology, right? Okay. Then there should be a tragic flow or mistake, right? දැන් අපි තමු මේ දැන් ඉතින් අපිට percentage තියෙනවා හම්දුරනේ මේ ඉස්සර කොච්චර හොඳට හිටියේ කෙනෙක්ද මේ සමහර tragic flow එක වෙන්න පුළුවන් introducing fertilizers, carbonic fertilizers. ඒක තමයි tragic flow එක downfall. Right? Hari? Then a tragic flow. Alcoholism can be a tragic flow. adultery, that is කාමයේ වර්ධව හැසිරීම, can be an adult tragic flaw. අක්කර එකක් ඉඳ මිනිහෙක් වැටෙනවා, right? To such a level that either he commits suicide or he's killed, right? And there should be pity and fear. That is called catharsis, right? After watching a tragedy, there should be pity. Anukampavat ඇති වෙන්න ඕන. Why? We should feel that කොහොම හිටිය මිනිහෙක්, right? කොහොම හිටිය මිනිහෙක්. එතකොට ඔන්න pity එක ඇති. Right? So ඒක තමයි මම කිව්වේ. කොහොම හිටිය මිනිහෙක්ද මේ කාබනික වගාව ඉන්ට්‍රොඩියුස් කරන්න ගිහිල්ලා, right? The tragedy, right? Then fear එක තමයි we should feel pity. After that we should together with we should feel fear. Same thing can happen to me. එයාට එහෙම වුණා නම් මේක මට වෙන්න බැරිද කියන බයක් ඇති, right? So if you feel this pity and fear, that both the combination of these two feelings are called catharsis. If you get catharsis, that is called a tragedy, right? That is supposed to be a very good tragedy, according to Shakespeare and Aristotle both, right? Once you watch Othello, once you watch Macbeth, King Lear, you feel this. You feel catharsis, right? You feel catharsis. You get a fear, you get a pity, right? The higher the man, bigger the fall. මනුස්සයා සමාජයේ වශයෙන් උස වෙන්න ඒ වැටෙන වැටිල්ල ලොකු, right? ඒක මෙන්න මෙහෙමයි වෙන්නේ. දැන් person of high standing, right? ඉහළම ඉන්න කෙනෙක් downfall due to tragic flow. මොකක් හරි හේතුවක් ඉඳලා වැටෙනවා, right? වැටුණාම to such a state that Shakespearean heroes, I am talking about Shakespearean tragic heroes, right? To such a state that he or she cannot survive in the way she did. Right? Either she is killed or commit suicide. එක්කෝ යාව මරන්න ඕනේ නැත්නම් එයා මැරෙනවා. Macbeth මරනවා, Othello commits suicide. Right? Okay? Most of the tragic characters of Shakespeare එක්කෝ මැරෙනවා, or else that person is killed by some other external forces. Right? So that is a tragedy. එතකොට තමයි අපිට දැනෙන්නේ catharsis, combination of pity and fear, right? Okay, then these are the elements that you find in tragedy. There is a tragic hero, tragic heroine. Shakespeare had heroines also. The heroine of Shakespeare is Cleopatra, right? Cleopatra also finally commits suicide. One of his main tragedies is Antony and Cleopatra. He has taken historical stories and made into his own stories. Dramatic events are taken and not totally true, but most of them are true, right? Then King Lear, Othello, Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, all are tragic heroes and heroines, right? Then tragic flow, jealousy could be a tragic flow. Gullibility can be easily cheatable. Can තක්ගාලා රැවටෙන ගතිය සමහර අය ඉන්නවනේ මොනවත් කිව්වද විශ්වාස කරන එක, right? That is gullibility. Lust for power, can strong desire for power, right? That is what Macbeth had. කොහොම හරි රජ වෙන්න ඕන කියන the feeling that you by hook or by crook you must reach your aim. Egoism කියන්නේ selfishness, bad temper, all these can be tragic flaws. Due to bad temper, there can be a downfall of a person, right? His only mistake is bad temper. ඒක ඇති අන්තිමට මරණය දක්වා යන, right? Then conflict, right? That conflict එකක් තියෙනවා බොහෝ වෙලාවට tragedy. That is external conflict, that is king with the other general or something. That external conflict. Two lovers, that is obvious. ඒ දෙන්න අතර තියෙන එක. There are internal conflicts. ඒක තමයි මේ Hamlet අහන්නේ, one of the famous sayings of Shakespeare, be or not to be, that is the question. ජීවත් වෙනවද මැරෙනවද කියලා. එයාගේ internal conflict එකක් තියෙනවා. When everything turns around in Othello's life, when Othello got to know that Desdemona was killed in vain. Desdemona's killing is very, very traumatic. Othello හිතනවා Desdemonaට වෙන සම්බන්ධයක් තියෙනවා. සම්බන්ධයක් තියෙනවා කියන්නේ එයාගේ ළඟ ඉන්න එක්කන යාළු වෙලා කියලා දෙයක් දෙවෙනියා, right? ඒ දෙවෙනියා ලව්ව තමයි යා ලියුම් අරින්නේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා. ඉතින් අරයට මෙයත් එක්ක යාළු වෙන්න ඕන නම් ඒ වෙලාවේ යාළු වෙන්න. But Iago කෙනෙක් යාව හරියට ඉන්ෆ්ලුවන්ස් කරනවා නෑ. ඔයගේ වයිෆ් මෙයත් එක්ක යාළු. Right? So then when she was about to be killed, right? මරන්න ඔන්න මෙන්න කියලා තියෙද්දි ඩෙස්ඩෙමෝනාට තේරෙනවා ප්‍රේ කරලා ඉන්න කියලා ප්‍රේ කරලා ඉන්න කියනවා. එයා එනකොට දන්නවා මෙයා මොකක් හරි sinister feeling එකක් she gets. දැන් මරණ එයා කියනවා මට please don't kill me tomorrow. හෙට වෙනකන් ජීවත් වෙන්න දෙන්න. right? කියනවා නෑ. You must die right now. Give me 1 hour to live. එයා කිල්ලනවා ජීවත්. right? ඒත් කියනවා නෑ. You are strumplet, you must die now. ඊට පස්සේ තව විනාඩි 5ක් හරි පොඩි කාලයක් දෙන්නේ නැහැ. Why Desdemona is requesting at least 1 hour to live is that මේක සම්පූර්ණව පට්ටපල් බොරුවක්. ඒ පැය ඇතුළත මේක එළි වෙනවා. ඇත්තටම මරලා පැයක් යන ඉස්සෙල්ලා එළි වෙනවා. මේක බොරුවක් මේක. ඒකින්ද තමයි ආ ඉල්ලන්නේ. නමුත් ඉඩ දෙන්නේ නැහැ යව මරනවා. right? මරලා පැය භාගයක් යනකොට get to know that everything is fabricated. ඔක්කොම ගොතපු එක. right? ඊට පස්සේ තමයි Othello අහන්නේ where should Othello go? right? මේ තියෙන internal conflict එක. And he retires. Where should Othello go? Othello දැන් කොහාටද යන්නේ? right? රටේ හිටිය හොඳම general, the most competent general in the country. Now he is going to be a prisoner. එයාව හිරකාරයෙක් කරනවා. හිරකාරයෙක් කරනකොට එච්චර වැටෙන්න බෑ හම්. right? ඒක තමයි මම කිව්වේ. මෙන්න මේකෙදි right? දැන් take me as an example. මට හැමදේම නැති වෙලා හිඟා කන්න උණු. පවුලක් නැති වෙලා රස්සාවක් නැති වෙලා ඔක්කොම නැති වෙලා හිඟා කන්න උනොත් මම වහ බොන්න ඕනේ තමයි. වහ බොනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ වැටෙන්න පුළුවන් ප්‍රමාණයක් තියෙනවා ඊට වඩා වැටුණොත් either you are killed by someone or you commit suicide. ඒක තමයි අර සමහර ડોක්ටර්ස්ලා රේප් කේස් වලින් පස්සේ බෙඩ් ෂීට් වලින් මේ බෙල් වල දාගෙන මැරෙන්නේ. මේ මොකද අර විදියට ඉඳලා එච්චර වැටෙන්න බෑ. tragic flow, right? So then that's what I told you. Higher the man, bigger the foe, right? Okay. Then Othello කියන්නේ මට පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න හිරකාරයෙක් වෙන්න බෑ කියලා he commits suicide. Othello commits suicide. Othello is not killed. Othello says that I have done a service to this country. එයා තමයි most competent general. ඒ රටේ number 1 general. right? එයාට හිරකාරයෙක් වෙන්න බෑ. Then we discussed this. Sorry. Right? Then here tragic end. That's what I'm talking about. The Othello commits suicide and Macbeth and Julius Caesar are killed. සමහර අය මැරෙනවා, සමහර අය මරනවා. Right? Then one of the best examples of the tragic flow is the way Othello ends. It ends in mass bloodshed. ඒක අර අන්තිමට ඇඳක තමයි මේ ඔක්කොම මරණ මිනි තුනම සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ ඩෙස්ඩෙමෝනා ඉස්සෙල්ලා මරනවා, ඊට පස්සේ එමීලියාව මරනවා, එයාත් ගිහලා ඇදේ ඇලවෙනවා. ඊට පස්සේ he commits suicide. සමහර ප්ලේස් තියනවලු මේ ඇඳ කඩන් වැටිලා. ඇඳේ මිනි තුනක් එකපාරට. එහෙම අවස්ථාවල් තියෙනවා මේ Othello productions වලදී. Desdemona, Emilia, Rodrigo are murdered. මේ තුන් දෙනාම මරනවා. And Othello commits suicide. දෙන්නෙක් seriously injured වෙනවා. තුන් දෙනෙක්ව මරනවා. දෙන්නෙක් මේ තුවාල වෙනවා. ඒක තමයි tragedy කියන්නේ. Mass bloodshed. Right? Mass bloodshed. Right? Okay. Then comedy. අපි හිතනවානේ comedy තමයි ජනප්‍රිය කියලා. As far as Shakespeare's tragedies and comedies are concerned, tragedies are very, very popular than, more popular than comedies, right? Okay, comedies are appreciated by people, but still, the four main tragedies, that is King Lear, Macbeth, Hamlet, and Othello. These are the four major tragedies of Shakespeare. They are more popular than any of the other classics, right? The comedy is happy ending, like simple as that. ප්‍රධාන චරිතයට සතුටු අවසානයක් නම් it's a comedy, right? It's a comedy. Comedy is most often meant to amuse the audience with a happy ending where everything is put at the end, right? මේ ඔය Shakespeare comedies සහ මේ Greek comedies තමයි සංස්කෘත නාට්‍ය හරහා හම්බුනේ හින්දි චිත්‍රපටි වලටත් එන්නේ. Right? හින්දි චිත්‍රපටි වලත් අන්තිමට everything is put right නේ. කොල්ලට සමාව දෙනවා. Right? කෙල්ල බේරෙනවා. ඔක්කොම සෙට් වෙලා අන්තිමට සින්දුවක් කියනවා. That sort of ending. Right? කියන poetic justice කියලා. Right? The main Lysistrata කියන්නේ interesting comedies in the world. Lysistrata is by Aristophanes is one of the first comedies in the world. ලෝකෙ තිබුණ පළවෙනිම කොමඩියක්. Right? මේ Trojan War එකේ යුද්ධ කාලේ all the women get together and they go for sex drive. ඒගොල්ලෝ කියනවා till you stop war we don't sleep with you. We don't have sex with you. Right? ගෑනු ඔක්කොම එක්ක වෙලා කියනවා right? Till you stop war we don't have sex with you. ඔබ තමුන්නාන්සලා මොකක්ද හිතන්නේ? යුද්ධේ නවතිනවද? ඔය යුද්ධේ නවතින. Right? යුද්ධේ නවතින. හැබැයි ඒක කොමඩි. Right? Comedies are not so realistic. Right? Comedies are not so realistic. Then in most cases comedy ends with poetic justice in which the good is rewarded and the evil is punished. මේක තමයි හින්දි ෆිල්ම්ස් වල තියෙන්නේ. The good is rewarded and evil is punished. Right? Why they are not they are popular but they are not as popular as tragedies. This does not happen every time. Every time good is not rewarded and evil is punished. Right? If it happens, the world would be a more beautiful place. Right? Then theme of romance is a feature in comedy, and complex plot is another feature in comedy. That is, if you take Midsummer Night's Dream, there are 4 plots. 4 plots are making the main plot. Right? It is complex. But as far as tragedies are concerned, from the beginning to end, there is a story flowing. But it does not happen in comedies, right? The mistaken identity, that is, if you take Much Ado About Nothing and Twelfth Night, right? So the person is not identified. That most of the characters, most of the female characters are disguised as male characters in Shakespearean dramas, right? Because don't forget the fact that Shakespeare never had female actresses. All these beautiful female characters were played by men, right? Niliyo nahe, naluwa thamai charita kare, right? Then mistaken idea, happy ending. Most endings are like Midsummer Night's Dream ends in 3 marriages. Antimata marriage is promoted by Shakespeare, right? Tragedies are more realistic than comedies. I told you that because tragedies are more, common to your personal experience, right? Related to your personal experience. Comedies are not so, right? You know that Hindi films do not, the things that you find in Hindi films do not happen in our real life, right? They are fairy tales, modern versions of fairy tales, not some of the Hindi films, not all. Now, even Hindi films have developed into a certain level now. It is not just formula Hindi films now, that 8 songs, 4 fights and එකක් තියෙනවා ඒගොල්ලෝ formula එක. සින්දු 8යි fight 4යි. ඒකම නෙමෙයි දැන්. Right? Then right. Othello syndrome. This is what you find in Othello. Right? This is a very interesting case where medical science and literature got together. Right? Literature සහ medical science එකතු වෙච්ච අවස්ථා දෙකක්. අවස්ථා එකක් මේක. තව කියනවා. Right? Make a pathological, now it is right here, Othello syndrome is a psychiatric disorder. Make a manasika prashnayak, right? Also called morbid jealousy, delusional jealousy, pathological jealousy, psychotic jealousy, erotic jealousy, and there are so many names. Though there are so many names, the most common and the most emphatic name is Othello syndrome. Right? මේ ඔක්කොම නම් තිබුණා මේකට ඔතෙලෝ සින්ඩ්‍රෝම් කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. මේක හාමුදුරනේ මේ unusual හැබැයි ඕන කෙනෙකුට ඕන කාලයක හැදෙන්න පුළුවන් ලෙඩ. Right? These are coming with your genes. They are sleeping in your body. When you start a relationship, it starts. සම්බන්ධයක් ආවම තමයි පටන් ගන්නේ. The main thing is that in the as it is explained in the second one, it is concerned with the sexual partner's infidelity. වාට හිතෙනවා මේක කියන්නේ මේ ලෙඩේ හරිම unusual කියන්නේ දැන් සමහරලාට බැඳලා අවුරුදු 10ක් යනකම් මොකද ප්‍රශ්නයක් 11 වෙනි අවුරුද්දේකට මේ ලෙඩේ හැදෙන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද වාට හිතෙනවා පාර්ට්නර්ගේ මොකක් හරි රිලේෂන්ෂිප් එකක් තියෙනවාමයි. right? කොච්චර කිව්වත් අහන්නේ නැහැ. මේක something which comes in the genes, right? සමහර අයට මේක උපතින් ඉඳන් තිබිලා නිදාගෙන ඉඳලා හම්බුනේ වෙඩින් එක දවසේ ඩිවෝර්ස් එක ඉල්ලනකොට වෙඩින් එකෙන් පස්සේ අර ජයමංගල ගාථා කියන්න ආපු ගර්ල් කෙනෙක් එක්ක හස්බන්ඩ් යාළු වෙන්නේ නැද්ද? ඒක එදා තමයි මතුවෙන්නේ මේ අසනීප. තව මේ වයිෆ් ඉල්ලනවලු හස්බන්ඩ් ඉල්ලනවලු නෑ. ඔව් හස්බන්ඩ් ඉල්ලනවලු මේ ඩිවෝර්ස් එක වෙඩින් එකට සයින් කරන්න ආපු එක්කනත් එක්ක මෙයා සෙට් වුණා. කියන්නේ එදාම මතුවෙනවා මේ එක. right? As far as men are concerned, මේක හැදුනාම මේ why it is called Othello syndrome is that this will generally lead to violence. සමහර වෙලාවට wife ලාව කාමරවල දාන ගහ අහනවලු කෝ මිනිහා ගෙනේ මිනිහා කියපම් මිනිහා කි. right? ඒකින් තමයි Othello ends in violence නේ. ඒකින් තමයි Othello syndrome. right? එතකොට මේ අර ප්‍රොෆෙසර් හරිශ්චන්ද්‍ර කියනවා එතුමාගෙන් තමයි මගේ ස්පීච් එකකින් තමයි මම මේක ඉන්ෆ්ලුවන්ස් උනේ අර හරිශ්චන්ද්‍ර ටිකම්දර දැන් එතුමා නැති වුණා. එයා කියනවා මේ එහෙම ගහන්න එපා වයිෆ්ට ඔයා ගහනවා නම් ගහන්න ඔයාගේ පරම්පරාව යට. මොකද මේ පරම්පරාවෙන් එන ලෙඩක් මේ. right? වයිෆ්ට ගහලා අහලා වැඩක් නැහැ. right? මේක ඕන කෙනෙකුට හැදෙන්න පුළුවන් හැබැයි. right? ඕන කෙනෙකුට හැදෙන්න පුළුවන්. බැරි වෙලාවත් හැදුනොත් කියන්න මොකද මම කියන්නම් මම channel කරපු ડોක්ටර්. right? So it can happen at any time. Right? It can happen to anybody at any time. Right? Okay. Then then Othello is here patient violence both either I was just talking about physical violence only. There could be psychological violence. Then wife rat psychological violence applied on husbands. Right? Then it is said that again they are bicycle handle like right? You can't just look aside because wife is always questioning. Right? We phone big reason. Jealousy love but where to draw the line is a very questionable case. When the love jealousy that's very very complex kind of a disease. Right? Okay. Then research question this research paper has already written, right? It is it Othello syndrome that led Othello to assassinate Desdemona? Desdemona maranne Othello me syndrome එක හැදිලාද? Right? Is Othello suffering from Othello syndrome? Right? The conclusion is Othello is not suffering from Othello syndrome. Right? Othello is quite normal. Othello was very effectively and rather practically influenced by Iago in such a way that he led to this violence. Right? And Othello amma deepu tag sacred handkerchief Othello එක තාත්තා දෙන්නේ එක මේ virgins ලගේ blood වලින් design කරපු handkerchief එකක්. Othello when he gets married to Desdemona ට මේක දෙනවා. මේක තියාගන්න. ඒක sacred present එකක්. What Iago does is that Iago make මේ ලේන්සු උස්සලා ගිහිල්ලා අර කැෂියෝගේ කාමරයට දානවා. Then Othello becomes so jealous. Right? How come the present I gave to my wife is found in that? Right? That is the reason. So Othello was not suffering from Othello syndrome. Othello is quite normal, like you and me. Right? Then this is bibliography. There are some more to be included. Then thank you. That is done. if you have any questions or anything to say, they are most welcome. Right?
Thank you very much. That is a very good presentation. A very good presentation. Actually, we were very happy to hear presentation. I have a small question. Okay, so you mentioned especially the Shakespeare has focused for tragedy, not the comedy, as I think. The most Western people like more, tragedy more than comedy. Okay, but in India, there is only one the drama, I think, the Murchakatika, written by Shudraka in 6th century. Okay,
Sanskrit drama. No?
Sanskrit drama. Okay, it is mentioned according to, there is the first drama in the world like that. Okay, it is not a tragedy, it is a comedy. That's only one. But Indian people don't like for comedy, they like only tragedy, right? Not the tragedy, but the comedy they like. Okay, but Western people like more tragedy more than comedy. Okay, so according to your presentation, so I would like to ask the Shakespeare also, especially he's paid attention to the tragedy, not only the tragedy, but he talked about the nature of the world. That is the nature of the world, because you mentioned that comedies are not true actually. It is not the reality, but the tragedy is the reality in the world. So is there any effect from Buddhism to write such kind of dramas for Shakespeare? Okay, that is the first question. There's another thing in Sanskrit. So you mentioned the Othello. Okay, so her wife, I think, request, please give me 1 day. Okay, if not 1 hour, if not the 5 minutes like that, she asked, because that force will come true.
Come to reality.
Come to reality. Okay, that's why she asked, please give me 1 day or 1 hour like that. Okay, there is one Sanskrit stanza. Bhattir nasto bharaviyopi nasta. Bhikshur nasto bhimasenopi nasta. Bukkundoham bhupatistomi rajang babha padanta antakan sannivista. Okay, so the one of the king, okay, he had one poet, Bukkunda. Okay, his name is Bukkunda. The Bukkunda had the connection with his wife. Okay, so then the king wanted to kill him. Okay, king wanted to kill him, but he makes some tricks. Okay, he says, Bhattir nasto bharaviyopi nasta. King, Bhattir was gone. Okay, then Bharavi also is gone. Then Bhikkhu is gone. Bhimasena also gone. Okay, and Bukkunda is going. The person is Bukkunda. The king, you are the Bhupati. Okay, your turn will be coming. Your turn will be coming. Right? Bhatti is gone, then Bharavi also gone. Bhikshu is gone, then Bhimasena gone. King, you are called Bhupati. I am the Bukkunda. The Bukkunda is gone, then Bhupati is coming to gone like this. Then the king released him. Okay, he didn't kill him. Right? He was saved, and the king also was saved. If that Bukkunda is gone, then the Bhupati also gone like that. Okay, so I asked a question: is there any connection?
Yeah, there can be. That's here. This is Sanskrit dramas. It is supposed to be humble. It's very difficult to give the proper time of Sanskrit dramas. But even when I asked from Mahatagama Hamdru, Dr. Reverend Mahatagama, he also told me that around 3rd century BC, 3rd century, Christu Varsha Tungani, Satavarsha Tamai, Sanskrit ඇති වෙන්නේ නැත්තේ කියලා. එතකොට this is 15th century and 16th century. This is 16th century and 17th century, Shakespeare. There might have been, must have been influenced by Sanskrit grammar. Because as I told you, all this Renaissance, Punarudaya නැති වෙන්නේ quite simultaneous. එකම parallel විදියට තමයි එන්නේ. Right? There can be. Right? There can be. So might have been influenced. Now for comedies, of course, right? Shakespeare has produced more comedies than tragedies. 17 comedies, 10 tragedies. So for comedies, Shakespeare might have been influenced by Sanskrit grammar, right? Those Sanskrit grammar are like Hindi films. There are realities. There are so many realistic things, right? After maybe another 800 years after, the only drama form which continues up to now, that is Kabuki and No from Japan. ඒකත් පටන් ගන්නවා. ඒකෙත් Buddhist ආභාෂය. Kabuki and No තාමත් තියෙනවා. දැන්ටත් යන සිස්ටම් එක ඒක විතරයි. අකණ්ඩව. ඔව් Q එක කොමඩි. කොමඩි උනාට රියලිස්ටික්. ඔව්. Yeah.
මරතුමාගේ නාට්‍ය ශාස්ත්‍රයේ තියෙනවා මේ මරණය කියන වේදිකාවේ වෙනත් විපාකයක්. ඒ නිසා තමයි සංස්කෘත නාට්‍යවල
tragic scenes නැති
වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. හැම එකක්ම සුඛාන්තයි. ඒකට මම එකතු කරලා තමයි නාට්‍යයේ නිමාවට පවත්වන්නේ. සාකුන්තල නාට්‍ය, විඥාන සාකුන්තලේ ආදෝෂයන්තයි සාකුන්තලයි. ගෙන්ගලා යනවනේ. දරුවා අසරණ වෙනවා, අනාථ වෙනවා. අන්තිමට කොහොම හරි වෙන ක්‍රම වලින් එකතු කරනවා. අන්තිමට එකතු වෙනවා. හැම නාට්‍ය වික්‍රම උර්වශී නාට්‍ය උර්වශී යම් කියලා ඒකත් එහෙමයි. වික්‍රම කියන්නේ රජ කෙනෙක්, උර්වශී කියන්නේ දිව්‍ය අප්සරාව. දිව්‍ය අප්සරාව තමයි විවාහ කරගන්නේ. එතකොට අවසීනාරී තමයි රජුගේ විසව පව අනුමත කරනවා මේ විවාහය. දිව්‍ය අප්සරාව විවාහ කර ගැනීම අනුමත කරනවා. නැත්නම් වෙනත් විසවක් නම් විකෘත වෙලයකට කරන්නේ. අන්තිමට ඒ ඉන්ද්‍ර දෙවියන්ගේ ආශිර්වාදයෙන් මේ දෙන්නට එකතු වෙන්න දෙනවා වරයක් දෙනවා. අවසීදී හරි එකක වෙනවා ඒ දෙන්න විවාහ කරනවා. ඒ වගේ කොහොම හරි වෙන මිනිහෙක් බැලඳා මේ පිරිමියා ඒකත් අනුමත කරගෙන ඉතින් මේ සම්මත ඇති කරලා ඒක සුඛාන්ත බවට පත් කරනවා. ඒක වර්තමානයේ නාට්‍ය ශාස්ත්‍රයේ ආදින නියමය අනුව තමයි එහෙම වෙන්නේ. ආමතුරු වැපෙත් බටහිර නාට්‍ය වලට වෙන්නේ. ඒක දුක්ඛාන්ත ඒවා හරියට තියෙනවා කියලා. පෙරදිග නාට්‍ය සංස්කෘත නාට්‍ය වල වෙනස් වෙන හේතුව වර්තමානයේ ඒ නියමය.
Now Sanskrit dramas are supposed to be the extensions. Biguak wage තමයි මේ කියන්නේ Hindi films are supposed to be extensions of Sanskrit drama. හැබැයි අම්ද දැන් මේ නෑ හම්ද සංස්කෘත නාට්‍ය වල Greek comedies influence වෙලා තියෙනවා. දැන් මේ රාම්ලීලා කියලා Romeo and Juliet වල මේ Romeo and Juliet වල adaptation එකක් කරනවා ඉන්දියාවේ රාම්ලීලා ඔය දීපිකා පදුකෝනයි යාගේ හස්බන්ඩ් ඇඩ් කරන්නේ මේ main characters දෙකට. ඒක tragedy එකක්. දැන් යාගේ මේ Shakespeare's most famous tragedy is Romeo and Juliet. Right? That became a huge success in Indian film. මේ අර ඒ tragedy එක Romeo and Juliet පාදක කරගෙන හදපු tragedy එක රාම්ලීලා. තව Macbeth වලිනුත් ෆිල්ම් එකක් හදලා තියෙනවා. Hamlet වලින් ෆිල්ම් එකක් හදලා තියෙනවා හින්දි ෆිල්ම්ස් වල. Right? මෙයාගේ ඒවා තමයි ලෝකේ හැමතැනම කරන්නේ. Whether right, but other forms of we can't just put them aside, right? Eastern tradition is also as rich as that.
Othello syndrome කියන එක අපේ උදාහරණයක් තියෙන අනුශය කියන එක අපේ අපිට දැක්ම කරලා තියෙන කෙලෙස් ධර්මනේ Othello syndrome කියන්නේ ඒකම තමයි ඒක මත වෙන වෙලාව කියන්න බෑ. දැන් අපි මේ මෛත්‍රී සාගත විදිහට අපිට හරි කරදරයක් වෙනවා ඒක මේ ඇතුලේ තියෙනවා සැකේලා අනුශය කියලා සප්ත අනුශය කියලා උනාම කරන්නේ ඒක තමයි.
Good morning. I think it is my duty to speak a few words the audience that when I was asked by Swarnananda Gamage to do the presentation, our head asked me whether I could do the presentation. As I was really busy marking out papers at the exam department, I kindly refused. And at a very short notice, so you could see that he had done a very intensive and comprehensive analysis of one of the genres drama done by Shakespeare, William Shakespeare, the greatest dramatist of the world. So I must be thankful to our head for doing this presentation. And in fact, he very correctly pointed out in tragedy, we see a downfall of a great person. In fact, when I was doing my A-levels, I also used a deeply first year I met the tragedy. I could still remember Macbeth the general was a great person. He won 2 battles, King Lanka, and at a certain place, Shakespeare says he was Bellona's bridegroom. So Bellona was the goddess of peace, goddess of war. Goddess of war's bridegroom. He was such a great person. Right? And another place he says, valor's minion. Valor is direct. Minion is glorified. Right? So it was such a nice language that he used and such a great person. Right? Then he was sort of compelled to do this crime like a lady Macbeth. At the very outset, he was a bit reluctant to kill. At one point, he says, Macbeth the general says, he resembles my father. When he was given the knife, he resembles my father. Then Lady Macbeth says, screw up your courage to the sticking point, you will not fail. Right? So finally he killed King. So we could see a lot of bloodshed in tragedies, one killing after another. He very clearly pointed out. So we were really back to like our first year studies at the university. Thank you very much. And you did a great job. And we show all this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Is there anybody online? They have any question related?
Shall I answer one question?
Okay.
Now in this drama, we categorize tragicomedies.
Yeah.
So you have the tragicomedy. Your presentation, again, ask you why, and then
yeah. Now,
how
yes.
the audience react to this kind of perspective?
Now, very, we had only very limited period of time, so that's a. Otherwise, Shakespeare has fast tragicomedies. Then we get now satires. All categories of dramas are right in one shape or the other, produced by Shakespeare. Now, you ask a good question. That is now, as far as Romeo and Juliet is concerned, now we call it a tragicomedy because it's a tragedy. The two heroes, two lovers die, but after the death of these two lovers, the rivalry of these two families, Capulets and Montagues, there was a reconciliation. They became friends. On that point, it is comic aspect. So now we read Romeo and Juliet as a tragicomedy, right? So there are so many categories, but given the time that I did not discuss, and I want to just introduce with our colleagues. Now, most of them are not in our stream. So the basic things first, then we move, right? The Hamdrukwa mean bilingual we should, it was a Hamdrukwa now we should not underestimate our audience. We basically English only right? It is presentation from the beginning to end because it is Shakespearean language that we use. Right.
If you don't mind, I don't know if you're not really angry after 8 years. You were studying with the 14 years there.
Yeah.
Even after 8 years, I did not ask any question. So, please write your 8 years back. So, if you don't mind, the academics, so no argument. The presentation is really attractive. And you have the attention of the audience. These are academic audience, but the attention of an academic audience is not easy. But we need that. That is my first.
Thank you. Thank you.
But we as academics, there are several ways that we can produce knowledge. One is research knowledge.
Yeah.
And also we have sources of knowledge like pictures, opinion, information, logical argument, and so on. So as a researcher, if you are not setting the ground rule and believing that this is kind of literalism or religious experience or information, believing that this is kind of an academic research, is conducted based on scientific problems. In that perspective, we are looking that this is kind of a research file.
Yes.
It's a serious issue. Because this kind of a research must be put into a research taxonomy where you tell us materials, techniques that you have applied to analyze data, and also gather data. And also the way that you can support your final conclusion.
Yeah.
Most of the examples that you wrote out to tell us what Othello syndrome is, not of course from such sources. You said this is from so and so.
Yeah.
That is not for an academic to establish your stance as an academic based on scientific research. So in that case, I would suggest you move into an academic taxonomy where we can prove that we are scientific knowledge producers. But if you say the ground rule at the very beginning that this is kind of literary, so no argument, no real.
Right. That's a good point. Now, actually, this the research area was that whether Othello is suffering from Othello syndrome. And no, whether whether Othello is suffering from Othello syndrome, right? Is Othello, right? So then here it was actually looked at in the literary theory, reader response theory, right? Reader response theory, where the reader's perspectives are coming out, right? Then and also new historicism as well. This new historicism, that's also a theory, right? On that, based on those two theories, I have written the research article that is published, of course, right? Then here now this now Othello syndrome is there, right? Now my research question is actually this though he is called Othello syndrome, does he have that? Right? So my conclusion is that he doesn't. Right.
This is the background of my theoretical framework. This is the
yes.
This is the way that I
yeah.
And so forth.
Yeah.
If you are getting around telling that this is kind of literary analysis, because that is also kind of a
yeah, that's what I'm telling you, right? I wanted. Yeah, without giving. Yeah, that's true. Now, what I'm saying is that I just wanted to share the basic things like tragedy and comedy, because that is not our stream now. Now, when they talk about something very specific, we don't understand, right? So, something that was my point of view. Whenever I talk in a gathering like this, I want to talk about something that everybody would at least understand something. Right. Otherwise, now I have done comparison between Doll's House and Lady Windermere's Plan. Nobody knows Lady Windermere's Plan, right? Actually, but that's a reaction to Doll's House after 3 years, right? So that's my point of view. I really agree with what you said, right? That's true. No, no, no. I would have included.
You mentioned that you have already published this paper. Now we present this one. As I have understood, there is a difference between your research paper and this presentation.
Yeah. Why, Handra, now that is, I have modified it to level that everybody that now those who are not sometimes interested in Shakespeare, those who are not interested in drama also can understand some. That is Sandra, introduction to Shakespeare. Introduction to Shakespeare. Oh, that, yeah. The other one is also when you type Swarnananda Gamage, you get that research paper, whether Othello is suffering from Othello syndrome or not. That research paper is there online now. Make an end. Oh, now, yes. How many? There was a, despite the technical fault, the students and well-wishers and the friends, those who joined the presentation are welcome, and they are, I extend my sincere thanks to them. Thank you so much for connecting. We are going to wind up the. Anybody who has the question, no way that we could be. Right. Thank you. Thank you.